Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I got a late start. Sometimes on Mondays, I will start out and I have the intention of getting a video out, and the day goes on, and I look around, and people call me. A lot of times, my dad, the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel, will call me, and the day gets away. Well, the day got away pretty quick, but I'm going to have this video done here shortly. Now, I wanted to point out some things. Okay, first, I pointed this out to Charles Gasparino. He did that New York Post, that awesome New York Post article this morning. Now, this Paul Vigna guy is a reporter for the Wall Street Journal. And I told him, I said, it looks like Paul Vigna was in touch with some of the people in the working group. He called it the working group that got the Ethereum free pass a month after this tweet. This is 3 days before your Brooklyn project report. Okay, so let's look at this. This is on May 7th of 2018. And somebody asked him, they said, they asked these guys, so the report on the meeting today regarding Ethereum securities, when is the exact meeting? Who will be there? Is it live streams? How do you find out about it? Etc. Article last month only gives passing mention. And the article that they're referencing, I think, is the Nathaniel Popper New York Times article. Okay? Well, then he says, it's nothing major, a working group meeting, not a public meeting. How'd we find out about it? The way we find out about everything. We talk. We talk to people, okay? So the important thing is here, they were talking to people about this venture capital working group behind the scenes, or Paul Vigna was. I'm also going to look into this guy right here, because apparently, I don't know what his deal is. Well, it says founding engineer of Consensus. He might be an interesting character in this drama. I will start the search. And then this guy says this whole thing is dodgy, smells like market manipulation to me. Not my words, his. All right. Then so I tweeted this out. This is the article from Charles Gasparino this weekend. And I had tweeted out earlier, the crypto media won't touch this, which is what sparks my interest even more. So much smoke. And I said, hey, CoinDesk, Paul Vigna, Mike J. Casey. Now, Mike J. Casey is a chief content officer at CoinDesk. He is also an advisor at MIT Media Lab, and he was an advisor there when Gary Gensler was there. Okay. I said, where, and in Cointelegraph, I said, where are you? There is no bigger story in crypto. Julia Chatterley, you were all about, she's at CNN, you were all about crypto a few months ago. I'm asking them, where are you? This is a story, folks. Okay? Then there's this, that I tweeted out. Now we know that both Paul Vigna, now these are journalists, the quote journalists, we know that Paul Vigna and Nathaniel Popper had contacts regarding the venture capital working group in 2018. Paul wrote a book with Mike Casey, who's the advisor at MIT Media Lab, and he was there while Gensler was there. If anyone knows of any Gensler involvement in the Ethereum free pass, they do. So here's where Paul Vigna is saying he's talking to people about the venture capital working group, and Nathaniel Popper wrote the article on it. So if anybody knows something about what went on, these two journalists would know. Okay, and so, and this is my question. We know that Gary Gensler met with Jay Clayton on March 22nd. It was told, Charles Gasparino said he was lobbying Jay Clayton. And there was another tweet where it was like supposedly about Bitcoin. But they didn't say that it was not about Ethereum. So my question is, was Gary Gensler in any way involved in the discussions, or was he present or on the phone with any of the discussions where the Ethereum free pass was being laid out and how to get Ethereum the free pass? That venture capital working group. Somebody is going to tell us whether he was or was not. And I think these two guys would be a good place to start. Chris Giancarlo tweeted this out. His book is coming out, and I ordered his book. The pending launch of Bitcoin, and by the way, he's one of the good guys. The pending launch of Bitcoin and ETFs on futures is testament to the quality of CFTC market regulation, yet green lighting of Bitcoin futures in 2017 faced enormous resistance. Read how we pushed back and embraced change. All right, so he's got his book there. I tweeted this back out because I wanted to include some other people. Now, folks, for over 3 years now, and I don't even have to name them, but you know who they are. We watched a Bitcoin, Ethereum marketing machine. And that marketing machine went after Ripple every chance they got. And they never held Ripple to the same standards that they did others. Ripple was completely transparent. Every quarter they would put out a market report on XRP. And it was very transparent. Other companies have never been transparent and never been asked, how much Ethereum do you own? How much does your company own? Who was there and who bought the Ethereum in the first place when Ethereum launched? I won't say none, but to my knowledge, no one has ever really drilled down on what happened there and who owns it, who bought it, who was getting it, and how much do founders of some of these companies own of Ethereum. They're all quick to point out that, Ripple owns the majority of XRP, but they don't turn it on Ethereum. Why? Okay, so I said this story leads right to Ethereum's doorstep. Where are the crypto journalists and the crypto podcasters? Well, Laura Shin has been all over Ripple's case over the last 3 years. This Ryan Selkis has been all over Ripple's case the last few years. Matt Leising, this guy literally wrote the book Out of the Ether, okay? He's been all over. You don't have to take my word for it. You go and look in these people's Twitter feeds and type in Ripple and XRP and see what comes up. All over them, okay? CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, Decrypt Media, Mike J. Casey. Where are the journalists? Why do they not want to talk about this story? This is New York Post. This is not XRP community. This is not XRP maximalists talking. That's the New York Post. And Charles Gasparino has been more than fair. Why do they not want to talk about it? That's the story, folks. Now, check this out. So what I did is I retweeted this and copied all of them in again because I wanted to make sure they understood that we've done a lot of the work for them. They don't even have to do a whole lot of research because I put the timeline. You remember the Bill Hinman Ethereum Free Pass timeline? We pieced this together. We've pieced all of these things together. And so they don't even have to go and do that research. It'll be a very easy story for them to write. And they don't have to accuse anybody of anything. We're not accusing anybody of anything. We're just asking questions and saying, that stinks. There's a lot of smoke there. That's what we're saying. And I want to know why journalists are not saying the same thing. They're the journalists and the podcasters. They're supposed to be asking these questions, not us. Mr. Intuitive, who is the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, sent me this official. $38 billion grayscale Bitcoin trust will file to be converted into an ETF. And then we've got this, Bank of International Settlements. Now this I find fascinating. In fact, this I would probably put in the All the World's a Stage file. I don't know what to make of this. We've got Gary Gensler at this DC FinTech Week. We've got Brad Garlinghouse in the thing. We got Chris Giancarlo, and look, we got Joe Lubin. I would pay freaking money to be backstage in the room with these guys. These two guys in the same room. Because if I'm Brad Garlinghouse, I don't usually cuss on this channel, but I'll say it now. If I was Brad Garlinghouse backstage with Joseph Lubin, I would have a shit-eating grin on my face this morning. Of course, I think it may just be virtual. But I'd have a virtual shit-eating grin on my face right now if I was Brad Garlinghouse, even being anywhere near that DC FinTech conference. Okay, so here's the conference. It's on, they're streaming it, Chris Brummer on his LinkedIn is what I think it is. And then the official cool guy also sent me this. Stefan Huber. This is from March 2018, 2 months before the Hinman free pass speech. There are more than 1,400 currencies and tokens available, yet we limit our trading to 4 that have regulatory clarity being determined by regulators: Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum. See it? March 2018, how did they have regulatory clarity? The only thing that had happened at that point that we know of in March, well, we can go back to our calendar and we'll see just the things we know. But one thing we know is that Gary Gensler met with Jay Clayton on March the 22nd, 2018. But let's go back just for giggles and let's look at the timeline, what was going on in March. The things that happened in March that we know of: Gary Gensler meets with Jay Clayton. Then on March 26th, Venture Capital Working Group Safe Harbor memo along with Perkins Coie memo sent to Bill Hinman at the SEC. Submission was supposed to be confidential, but leaks. Did it leak to Coinbase? That's a new question. Ethereum is the only digital asset mentioned in the safe harbor. Then on March 28th, Venture Capital Working Group meets with the SEC to present their idea for safe harbor that would allow some tokens, Ethereum, to be categorized as utility tokens rather than securities. Hinman's public calendar is still missing, but we do know that one of the presenters was Brad Burnham from Union Square Ventures. And we know that because Nancy Wotas of Cooley LLP was talking about how great his presentation was and how they saw it like 6 times or a lot of times or something, okay? So that's what was going on in March. So let's get back to this. So somehow in March, Coinbase has the idea that these are not securities, they're virtual currencies, okay? All right. Then we've got this. This thing gets even more interesting, folks. Now we've got Charles Gasparino. Mike Novogratz responds to my Sunday New York Post column. Mike Novogratz hints that XRP can't break due to its strong community. Now, I saw this yesterday. It's a tweet from Mike Novogratz, as they often do. They write articles around a tweet. Let me see if I can get this to reload here. Okay, this is what he said. And he retweeted one of John Deaton's tweets. Now remember, Mike Novogratz has to have seen a lot of things. John Deaton even put Mike Novogratz in his timeline, okay, where I can't remember what Mike Novogratz said. But anyway, Mike Novogratz tweets this. Now, you've got to remember, okay, this is the same guy who every time XRP has moved upward comes out and says something negative about it. He just doesn't understand. For years now, he's done this. But he comes out and he says this: the value of XRP has actually almost tripled since the SEC actions. It hasn't plummeted. It's a testament to the fact that once communities are formed with shared interest, they are damn resilient. Almost like he's trying to give us all a pat on the back out here. But it's more like he's sucking his finger and holding it up to the wind to see how the wind blows. Okay, and then Charles Gasparino says this: breaking, Milken Institute conference will feature plenty of crypto commentary, and Fox Business has learned that prominent Bitcoin investor Mike Novogratz is in town and rubbing shoulders with financial players here. Story developing. I wonder if any of those financial players are, wonder if any of them are talking about that New York Post article. Now, this video below this tweet, if you've never watched it, you should, because in this video, Novogratz calls XRP a worthless meme coin, more or less, okay? It's just one of the many instances where he's said these kind of things over the last few years. Worth looking at. Okay. Now, if you're an XRP holder, or if you want to be and you want to go buy an XRP and then join John Deaton's lawsuit, you should do so, because my mission in life on this channel is to grow John Deaton's lawsuit over 100,000 participants, because he's trying to fight the good fight, and I believe in what he's doing. Okay, so if you want to join it, go to @JohnEDeaton1, and then you go. It's the pinned tweet on his Twitter handle. Look, I'll show you. It is the pinned tweet on his Twitter handle. It's right at the top, and all you got to do is click on it, input your information. And then if you want to be anonymous, type it in the comments section, or anything else you want to type in the comments section, and then hit the submit button or whatever the button is, and you're in. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. And listen, I want you to tell your friends and family that for me, this is about right and wrong. I don't want Ethereum to be hurt. I don't want Bitcoin to be hurt. I don't want XRP or Cardano or anything else to be hurt. I want there to be a level playing field. I am an owner and a buyer of all the, right now, not Bitcoin and what else does I bought Cardano recently. I bought some Ethereum recently, folks. This is what I'm talking about here is not about wanting to hurt Ethereum. I want a level playing field. And I think there's people in this game who did not want a level playing field. I want a level playing field. I continue to buy Ethereum. I will probably continue to buy XRP. I've been buying XRP for the last 3 years. So I will probably continue to buy XRP. I haven't recently, but I didn't have a lot of Ethereum. And so I was accumulating some. I believe all these things are going to do well, but it is not right for what has been done. It is not right to let Ethereum have a free pass when if anything has gone on, folks. What happened in the creation of Ethereum is much more nefarious than anything that went on with Ripple, and to paint it as such is just not honest. All I want is a level playing field. I don't want anybody getting a monopoly on issuing tokens or a monopoly on being claimed to be a commodity when you're no different than half of the digital assets out of the thousands on CoinMarketCap, and everybody knows it, or at least after we've found what we've found over the last 8 months or so, everybody really knows it, okay? All we want is a level playing field. I don't even want any, even if there are people in this story who deserve to be looked into, I don't even want that, even if some of them deserve it. I don't. I want a level playing field, and I want XRP to be released so that we can have a level playing field and find out what the better product is. That's what the United States of America is supposed to be about, is competition. Let's do it. Game on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Bring it. Thanks for listening.